Let's make birria queso tacos. What's up, y'all? So tonight we're making birria tacos. We're going with chuck roast. We have 3.5 pounds. Go with whatever protein you prefer. We know some people use goat, some people use short rib, chuck roast. Your call on that, as well as the weight. We have 3.5 pounds. You can make as much or as little. But again, birria tacos, these tacos are so good. You may crave these every day of the week and not just Tuesdays. But let's get right into it. All right, y'all, so just some quick prep before we get started. We took an entire onion. We diced half of the onion. The roughly chopped pieces will go into the blender because that is what we'll use for the sauce. And we're using 2 different types of dried peppers, and that would be New Mexico pods. I'm gonna use 2 of those. The Pasilla Chile, 2 of those. As much as possible, we want to try to remove as many seeds. And this one here allows for a lot better of a cut down the middle. So it should just come right out. That's what we're looking like. We're gonna rehydrate these. I'm gonna bring some beef broth and a little water to a boil. So let's get it. All right, so for the chuck roast, we're going to actually cube this up. It's gonna make it a little bit easier to cook because we're gonna start with the sear into a cast iron skillet. We're gonna go with a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. More so, again, we just want to get that sear to the chuck roast, which is gonna ultimately add a lot of flavor, but then help this chuck roast to cook much faster. We already have our cast iron skillet on, and that is on about medium heat. We also have a boiler on the stove as well, and we have about 3 cups of beef broth that we'll actually go ahead and bring to a boil. We'll rehydrate those dried peppers before we actually get ready to make the sauce. So let's go. All right, y'all, so we are going to add the chuck roast. Added a little bit of olive oil to the cast iron skillet. That down there, that's what you're looking for. As I mentioned, we cut these into pieces. This is going to speed up the cook time. We're not looking to fully cook these on the skillet. We just want to get a crust on both sides. So we're going for about 5 minutes on each side. This is about what we're looking for, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so let's prepare the sauce. And take those peppers. And add to the blender. They've just been soaking in that flavor. Again, the goal was to hydrate them. Definitely accomplished that. Chipotle peppers and adobo sauce. We're gonna just use half. All right, so now we're going to add some garlic. We're going with minced garlic. Use garlic cloves, the garlic paste if you prefer. Roughly 3 tablespoons of garlic. So we have that diced basil, garlic, and oregano. Entire can goes in. And then we have a half a cup of water we'll add as well. Adding a half a cup of the beef broth as well. So we're gonna just do 1 of these cubes of the beef flavored bouillon. Just add 1. About a teaspoon of salt, about a tablespoon of pepper, along with about a tablespoon of oregano, about a tablespoon of thyme, get this beautiful sauce. This is nothing but flavor. This is just going in an oven at 350 degrees. Total cook time varies depending on your oven, but we're going for about 2.5 to 3 hours total. So again, as mentioned, it just depends on your oven, but a good rule of thumb is you can probably say about an hour for every pound that you have. Again, you want that fork tender pot roast. But another thing we wanted to add here is you can do it in the seasoning of the sauce, but of course we think that you can always add, you can't take away, so we don't want overly seasoned sauce or even meat. But when we shred the chicken, we did add more seasoning. We went with the garlic, herb, sea salt, and black pepper mix. Definitely recommend it because it helps enhance the flavor. We wanted to make sure flavor is all throughout the taco. All right, y'all, so we have the diced onions that we prepared earlier, as well as some cilantro. This is the brand that we are utilizing. Use any melting cheese, any brand that you prefer. This melting cheese has been shredded. So you can make more sauce if you prefer. We decided just to use some extra of the sauce that we had in that cast iron skillet, moved it over to a glass container. You want to dip your flour or corn tortillas in that sauce. You just want to cook it for a little bit to get this color. We start to assemble, putting down some of that nice chuck roast. We have some fresh diced onions. We're going down with some cilantro as well. And then last but not least, we want to use some of that shredded melting cheese. We want to add some directly on, and we'll add some on the other side as well. We want every bite to have some of that melted cheese. The cheese pool is on point. So again, just flavor all throughout the taco. All right, so we're gonna just take this off and prepare a few more. That residual heat will continue to melt the cheese, so you're perfectly good there. Looks good. What about the pull test? You can see the juices. Steam still coming out. Cheers. It's A1 there. 10 out of 10. All right, y'all, so this one was definitely a must-try recipe. Very tasty, the flavors phenomenal, so definitely give this one a try. This wraps up the video. If you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button. If you're not already subscribed, consider doing so. Hit the notification bell to stay updated for when we drop the next video. Other than that, catch you in the next one. Peace.